Welcome. Wow. Here
Welcome,
we are again.
everyone.
Everybody.
Hey,
Welcome.
welcome.
Welcome to Vibe on Health, guys. We're looking forward to a very good conversation and chat again today, a health chat directly from your special co host tonight. So we're looking forward to having you. And we're going to give our followers and our friends, our family, our loved ones a few minutes to come into the broadcast so we can maybe, as we give folks a second to come in, maybe we'll have a little music, soft music we can listen to. I'm so excited to be with my
Yay.
friends
We
and
missed you. It's been
sisters.
30 long days.
We got so
30
many.
long days.
We
Thank
got
you to all the followers.
what you say, Marguerite?
I said thank you to all the followers, people following us on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, man, this is so exciting. We've gotten a lot of feedback. It's been very positive. Hey, Francesca, you guys have been showing us nothing but love. We want to love on you a little bit today. So, Francesca's in the house.
Hey, Francesca.
Hey, Francesca. How are you?
Francesca and I share the married couple, the Anderson. This is Tom Darnell, our graphic designer. This is his mom, Francesca. So we welcome you,
Yes.
and you're right on time.
Yes.
Dorothea friend, hey, good
Hey, hey.
too. Thank you for joining us at Vibe on Health.
Yes. Thank you.
We're looking forward to a good show. We missed you, and we're glad that you're here. Oh, Francesca says she missing Sheila.
Oh,
We had
that's
such a great time. We had such a great time in Atlanta um, when we saw the nuptials of that beautiful couple that many of you have seen.
yes.
Beautiful wedding. Yes,
Beautiful
Yeah,
virtual wedding.
that
uh,
was nice.
Yes.
yeah. So um, you guys bear with us. We're just going to let a few more people join us. We're going to talk about our health topics, and we invite you to stay tuned because you don't want to miss it. Got some good info to share with you today, and we want to exchange our health tips, see how you guys are doing and how you're managing.
Yes. And hey, don't forget to share us.
Yeah,
Share us. Hit
absolutely.
that share button.
Yeah, tell your friends to follow us.
Yes.
You follow or subscribe. Antoine
Hey,
Faulkner,
Antoine Faulkner. Hey.
Hey.
family. Antoine Faulkner is here in the room. This is
Welcome.
great. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming.
coming in.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got so much good feedback from our first show, and this is our second show. So we're just excited to be here. This is really a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
People
it is.
are, we all were getting texts and emails, and people are saying, "Hey, I started doing so following some of the suggestions that you guys said and shared with us, and this was really powerful." So that's exactly what we want to do. We're a community. We're all here working on our health, trying to get better. Drew Israel, good evening.
Hey.
Good
Hey.
evening. How
And
are
thanks,
you?
Drew, for pumping us up. We appreciate it. Drew did an awesome lesson for sisters this past Sabbath. It was really, some good stuff, and they handled it just like royal women. And I
Awesome,
thank them
awesome.
for promoting us, and thanks
Yeah,
for
we
coming in.
appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Man, nothing like supporting each other in our community, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I agree.
we're a lot stronger together than we are apart. So
Yes.
so we really appreciate it. I see Tom Anderson, my new son.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hey,
Says he can't wait to hear the tips and the info. And we look like there's Terrell Riddick tuning in, family. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated. That's awesome. Tabitha Israel, peace family. Peace
hey,
to you
Tabitha.
also.
Hey,
How you doing?
doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
My radio voice. How you doing?
Sounds nice. I like that.
Here to have a good
Like to
time.
go for more
Yes.
voiceovers on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just want to have fun because getting healthy is fun. It really is. I
True.
mean,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
I mean, so let's just have fun getting healthy.
Gotta,
Healthier.
Yeah.
yeah.
Healthier.
People are sick and need to get well. You know, some people are consider themselves healthy and need to get a little healthier. I think
Right.
all can can work to tweak it a little bit, up, and so we're doing a little bit better each day, one day at a time.
Right.
All
One
day.
day and one
Sometimes you
step.
don't do as good as you did the day before, the week before, the month before, but you always have that option to get back up again and get at it because your health is so important.
Yes.
Somebody said,
Fun out here, which we're gonna talk about, but
yeah,
they have a little sane crazy. I call it sane crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And laughing is a de-stressor.
yeah. Laughter goes a long way. That's something we talked about how to boost your immune system last time, and I mentioned laughing. That goes a long way with, um, you know, creating a calm environment, a peaceful environment, and
Yes.
signal to your body that there's happiness and joy. And you can trick your body a lot of times just by laughing and smiling. There's like certain,
Yeah.
and
And
your body,
Good comedy.
and
what,
I just want to lamb back. That's a word that we're using now. I just want to lamb back. It's not only good for you, but seeing a smile on your face and somebody else is having a bad day, they see that
That's true.
smile,
Yeah.
that could change their whole outlook for that day because that you might have been the first person that they've come across that day,
yeah,
and it was a smile on your face,
Positive.
and
Yeah.
that changed their stress to say, you know what, let me smile. So I mean, so sometimes it's not always for us; it could
yeah,
be for
A
somebody
good
else.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
definitely, definitely. That's
Mhm.
a great point. And you can notice the difference if you pass 10 people and they're all frowning and it like dampens your spirit and you start feeling a little uneasy, uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
suspicious. But if you walk past somebody who's smiling, it really does brighten up your day like that.
it does.
It just
Yeah.
so it goes a long way. So we need to do that. But okay, so I guess we want to get started. I'll introduce myself again. I am Sheila. I am a certified health coach with the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. I'd like to empower people to know that the power is within you to become the CEO of your own health. And you can start a legacy of vibrant health for you and for your family. So I like to work with people to get them started on that journey. Who would like to introduce themselves next? We have
I
uh,
go ahead.
Go
Me.
ahead.
Hey everybody, I'm Marguerite, aka Mom's Herbs, a nickname I developed throughout the years from being a certified herbalist and
mm,
love talking about health. And so I ended up with that nickname. And so now it's my handle on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm a certified herbalist. I'm a CBD specialist, certified CBD specialist. And I just love working with people on health and de-stressing because I'm also a massage therapist, so that helps you de-stress.
this is a very talented woman right here. Very
Very, very talented. Matter of fact, I should have went second.
And no,
But
let's hear from our next powerhouse who we know and love.
well, I'm the crazy one, I guess. But welcome everybody. Thank you for coming again and checking us out on our second episode. But my name is Dawn Haley, and I go by the handle of the Dawn Haley Tour. I got a few other ones, but I'm just going to talk about the Dawn Haley Tour. And not too long ago, I was very sick. And by the grace of God, and He only,
No.
I was able to turn my health around. And now that I have dedicated my life to helping others who want to get themselves healthier and don't necessarily always have to rely on a pill or meds to feel healthy. So
Yeah,
I'm just so thankful to God that I'm even here in front of you today. So
yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Awesome,
I'm just
Dawn.
looking forward to sharing some more good information.
Yeah, so let's kick it off. This is episode 2. We want to talk about managing stress, and I actually kind of picked the topic today because I'm typically pretty laid back, pretty peaceful person. I consider myself a peacemaker. I like to see the glass as half full and stay positive as much as I can, inspire people, keep myself motivated. I'm happy. I'm one of those people that's happy when people are doing good, right? That just gives me joy. And just with everything that's going on, I woke up feeling a little stressed out a couple of mornings, and some more than others. And I was like, hey, what's really going on? But I know we got like a big rundown. We got COVID. We got the effects of COVID. People are losing their jobs and their businesses, and then we got hit with like a barrage of all the injustices. With Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and then the protests and then all the social media around the looting and the rioting. And it was just like, I was just feeling like, wait, hold on. This is just like too much. And if I'm feeling this way, being the type of person that tries to keep it simple and keep
It looks like our host froze, so I'm just going to talk about my stress. I mean, I just like are you there, Sheila? Just like my stress, I found myself, you can't help it. You turn on the TV, when you do turn it on, when you listen to the news, everybody's talking about what's going on. So so you gotta figure out a way to have a handle on it. And so what I am doing to sort of help my stress is to get out and get some air in my lungs, get that sun on you so that it can help you get that vitamin D,
Yes.
a vitamin that we need to help our bodies sort of manage through a lot of things. And so I mean, yes, if I had to give myself a rating between 1 to 10, I would say my stress probably was edging up to about 5. But as soon as I went out and got some air and some lungs and some trees in my, and just, of course, most importantly, prayed and trust God that He's in control of all of this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can stress ourselves out and it's unnecessarily, because if you have faith and you trust God, He got all of this. You just got to keep doing what you doing so that He can keep them hedges around you. So that's kind of how I've been handling my stress. How about you, Marguerite?
Well, I'll land back on what you're saying because I have definitely this camera. Okay, I've definitely experienced stressful times like this, even in the past. 9/11, and I've been laid off several times from various jobs. So what happened for me? I feel like this time I'm surprised at myself how calm I am because the past experiences when I was younger, my children were much younger. I went through a lot of stress. So now the Lord brought me through all that. So it don't seem like none can really shake me now. Because I already know that the Lord gonna handle it. So praise God, I've been a little calmer because this situation, but not even before the riots and everything, the pandemic, it shut my massage business totally down because, of course, all salons and spas and everything shut down due to the pandemic. So that's my major source of income. but I didn't stress because I already know God got it.
That's
So
right.
I'm just working on other projects, and actually, it's been a blessing to me because even though I love herbs and natural health, my one of my first passions is art. So through all this stress, I've gone back to my art, which is a relaxation, and
Wow.
I got a new art website up. So I just learned to just pivot what's going on, keep
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. That pivoting is so important, and tapping into what excites you and your passion, your hobbies. If it, I talked to a couple people and I was like, "How are you managing stress?" And I'd like for you guys to tell us in the comment section, if you're feeling stressed out, and like on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your own personal stress level? This is a safe space, so nobody's going to judge it. We just want to hear how people are doing with managing the environment and the times that we're living in, right? So go ahead and let us know if you're feeling stressed at all, and on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how you would rate yourself. I was going to say, I talked to a couple of people, and so I was like, "How are you managing stress?" That was my question, my like, impromptu. Let me ask you a question. How are you managing? Are you feeling stressed? How are you managing it? Right. And so, a friend of mine who's a nurse, she's like, "I'm gardening, and I get to sit out in my yard and see the greenery around me, and that calms me down." Or
Nice.
clean my house, over and over again. I have a real clean house, and that keeps me calm. You know,
Oh,
People are saying, of course, praying. I'm hearing a lot of connected to God, and then I talked to a brother who was like, "This is the perfect time to forget about who you are so much and focus on somebody else who might be less fortunate, and help them to, get their footing again. You call people, visit people, social distancing, of course, but there's ways to help and contribute in positive ways. So, and self-soothing, that's positive, not self-soothing
Looks like, you know what, we're having some storms out here. I don't know where everybody is. If you're out in the Midwest, we've got some, lowers coming in with some strong storms. So
yeah.
if we freeze a little bit on you, it's technology, not us.
Right.
But yes, so I mean, those are some good points. And you know what, and we're kind of talking about, health is not always something we put in our bodies. Health is also too how we react to certain things around us. And so, if can we are we getting Sheila back? Sheila, are you back? Are you there with us? Okay, well, we Sheila's coming back, but what I want to talk about in terms of how you can control, or things that you can control and be the CEO of your health. I want to talk about nutrition. And nutrition, in the word itself, only means what we're putting in our bodies so that it can fuel us, so that we can operate. Because if you take food away, then if it's taken away too long, then we can't mobilize, we can't do anything. So nutrition basically is what it is what we're putting in our bodies. Now nutrition comes, and let me give you this little anecdotal thing, how I sort of stumbled into uh, the two things I'm going to talk about. My daughter, I call her my bonus daughter. She's in school now, and she's studying to be a naturopathic doctor, which is natural integrative ways to deal with uh, cause and effects in a natural way. And so I was talking about, you know what, I want to talk about minerals, and and how that plays into our health. And then she says to me, well, you know what, there's two forms of nutrients. There's your macronutrients and there's your micronutrients. And so what she said to me is that people don't really put a lot of focus, or shall I say the medical industry, really, they don't talk much about micronutrients and how important it plays. And so What macronutrients are, so you know so you can understand the difference. Macronutrients are your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates. Your micronutrients are your vitamins and your minerals. And your body cannot be healthy without having both of them in a balance. And so, oftentimes, because of our poor diet, we are mainly focusing in on the macronutrients, which fuels us, which gives our muscles what it needs in order to sustain us. But we don't think about the micronutrients. And the micronutrients, again, as I said, are your spark plugs. And the micronutrients plays, like I said, a very important role in our vitamins and our minerals. And if we're not getting the spark that we need from those micronutrients, then that's when disease sets in. So what I want you to think about, really think about, is okay, yes, we need our protein. A lot of us enjoy our meats. We need our carbohydrates, which is our whole grains and our nuts and our legumes, our beans, our our eggs, and also our not saturated, but our good fats.
Mm-hmm.
And
Healthy
the
fat.
other the other is we want to start to look at our micronutrients. Now, our micronutrients, none of the nutrients we can just make ourselves. It has to come from food. So I want you to really think about looking at your plate and sort of understanding micronutrients, as I explained, is the proteins, the fats, and the carbohydrates. And if you're once you look at that plate, if you see that you've got more fats and carbohydrates and less micronutrients, which is your vegetables, then I want you to start trying to get. I want you to start putting half. I want half of your plate,
Mm-hmm.
half fruits and vegetables to be more than your protein and your fats. And if you can figure out how to create a natural balance, because if your micro is not supplying if your macros are not supplying your micros with the sufficient amount of food so that they can extract the minerals, then again, like I said, that's when sickness and disease sets in. And that's one of the reasons why our health is in crisis, because we love to eat fried foods. We love to eat all the saturated fats that tend to make us unhealthy.
Yeah.
And nobody really likes, to really focus on, vegetables. But we have to look at our eating a little bit differently. We have to understand that eating has to be about nutrition and not just all about making me feel warm and fuzzy after I have something to eat. So that's kind of, I don't want to complicate macros and micros, but it's the most important thing that creates the nutrition in our bodies that we need to focus on when we're sitting down and having our meal. Are we not amplifying the fresh fruits and vegetables? Are we neglecting to make sure that that's half of our plate, and we're eating more protein and carbohydrates, which is only getting us a little heavier around the waist and not really supplying us with our needs? And that's kind of what we got to start in order to take control and not stress our body out internally. We get enough external, but we want to really look at how we can control the internal stress mechanisms in our body. So that's kind of
Yeah.
kind of a simple way to look at macros and micros. We definitely want to understand the ratio of how we need to increase that on our plates.
I just wanted to, that's very insightful and very good information. Dawn. I just wanted to add, if you can hear me, I'm sorry, I've been
Yeah.
because of the rain, I've been kind of going in and out. So I hope you guys can hear me. But I just wanted to add that our bodies naturally try to balance our macronutrients. So your body is always looking to be, we're like wonderfully designed, and it's always trying to get you in balance with the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs, and the right amount of fats. And so that's a lot of times why we crave food is because our body is trying to create that balance. And so so if you eat a lot of meat, your protein might be out of proportion, right? In your whole balance of your plate, because you're eating 3 or 4 pieces of meat and not enough vegetables. So then your body is trying to put it in balance. So you might start craving like sugar, or you might start craving carbs or something, So that's important to know that what Dawn just kind of presented, if you kind of balance your plate yourself, then your body is not working and reacting so desperately trying to get in balance, and you don't like crave. Like I started eating raw not too long ago. I just want to add, and I was just surprised that it cut out all of my cravings for sugars, for fats, for I was able to walk past all these things that I just like crave and had to exercise willpower over on a regular basis. Sometimes I'd win and sometimes I'd lose, right? But because I was having more the carbs and the micronutrients that Dawn is mentioning, that she just mentioned, and I'm balancing my own plate, and now I'm not craving. So 'cause my body's feeling satisfied and in balance. So that's like really, really good point. Did you want to add anything else to that,
Well, the
Dawn?
only thing is, when you are when your body is off balance, and
Mm-hmm.
it is because now your body is more acidic, and we're going to
Right.
talk about acidic versus alkaline. And when you're eating too much protein, you're eating too much carbohydrates, then
Right.
again your micronutrients are going to be fighting to try and try to exact that those nutrients, the minerals and vitamins it needs. And then
Right.
then illness sets in. And that's I can use my own personal story. I would be considered somebody that would, I think I mentioned it last episode, I was considered somebody who was healthy, but
Mm-hmm.
internally I wasn't, because I was eating all the wrong things. I was eating the trans fats, I was eating the wrong fats, the carbohydrates. And yeah, I might have ate some lettuce here and there and some spinach here and there, but my plate surely resembled an off balance macro and less micros in order to
Yeah.
keep me from getting sick. And once
Yeah.
I didn't understand this micro and macro until just recently. But what I did is I put a lot of micronutrients in my body to help
Yeah.
me get healthier and get
Yeah.
that tumor under control.
Yeah.
So
Balance, and that balance, or when you're out of balance, it causes stress in your body. So that ties
right,
directly into what we're talking about. If you want to look at how to de-stress, eat better, right?
right.
And it sounds simple, but you can start by adding more vegetables and more fruit, and you'll be surprised that sooner or later you'll start actually desiring and craving those things more than the bad foods once you kind of get it in balance. So yeah, Marguerite,
And,
do you
and I,
want
you know what, and if you don't mind me saying, and then
to?
with your vegetables, try to steam it lightly. You don't cook it all the way, because then you're destroying, any elements that might even be in there. And then with your salads, I cringe. And I'm not saying the people who are watching are the ones that are doing this, but I cringe when I see people eating a salad and then they toss it or douse it with saturated fats
Yeah, yeah.
dressing. It's
But
like you
then
just
it
killed
helps
it.
people, as in a health coaching session, that's something that we could address and help get people to get that under control. Because it's just there's a lot, and you have to begin to look at yourself, do some self-reflecting, and figure out how can I make this better for me, for
Right,
my own, which is so important.
right.
So let's give Marguerite some time to talk about ways that healthy tips that you give for de-stressing
All right.
or
So
improve.
say that again.
Let's talk. Give you an opportunity to talk about de-stressing or how to improve your health to
Definitely.
get more balance. Yeah.
I'm glad to come right behind you guys. You both gave great tips, and this is what we're all about. This show and the fact that we want people to remind people to be the CEO of your own health. Because I know when I talk to a lot of my clients, and I know even when people come for a massage, they get on the table talking, telling me all their what they're going through, and
Right.
sometimes people feel, "Well, I take my medicine. The doctor say I'm fine. I'm on my prescription drugs. I take them, and I'm doing good. And as soon as the vaccine come out, I don't get the vaccine. That's all I need. But that's
Yeah.
not all you need. You have got to preventative health, and what the ladies before me was saying, that's preventative health. Making sure you're eating right. We all want to live long, but we want to have healthy brains. We want to have healthy organs. So we have to do these things to live longer and live healthier. And I want to add to that, it's something that's been going around on the internet anyway, so you guys might have seen it. But people are so concerned with wearing masks. And it is important, especially when we're in crowded areas. But there's a lot of good points I saw recently how if you don't have to wear that mask for long, don't, because you're actually blocking oxygen from getting into your body with the mask on. And I know the first time I ever put a mask on during this pandemic, I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. How long can I wear this for? And that's what, we need. That's why, like Don said, get up in the morning, get that deep breath, breathe and bring in the good positive and breathe out the toxins, and because oxygen will reduce, the oxygen to your brain, and we want good, healthy brains. You can even start to feel weak, and of course, all this is definitely stressful. So don't stress
Right.
out. Just put your mask on when you go into the stores and stuff. If you're in the car by yourself, you can take the mask right back off. You don't have to wear it when you're by yourself, and you don't have to wear it in the house. By
Yeah.
yourself, same
Those are good
environment.
points, Marguerite. Yeah.
Yes. And also tonight, I wanted to pick back up on things we can do for our bodies. And it dawned on me after speaking with a young lady, a longtime friend of the family, and she told me she had the coronavirus. And I'm like, oh my goodness. She was telling me all that she was going through. She was so weak. And she said, oh, well, I'm over it now. But she still was coughing pretty bad. She couldn't really get through the sickness without coughing a lot. So that was my first experience of actually
Hmm.
to someone who had the virus. And she told me that she said, I don't know what to do about my pH level. I need to raise my pH level. So that's when I came across some information, and it made me think, even if we don't have the coronavirus or never caught the coronavirus, it's just like the micronutrients. We want to be pH balanced because they said cancer cannot live in an alkaline balanced body. So the
Yeah.
problem is a lot of us are having too much acid in our systems. I did have a little chart, but I don't know if she got it or not. But if you look at the chart on the, you want to be kind of right in the middle to be properly alkaline, and you can be too acidic. And if you look at a lot of the foods that balance our alkaline system, you will see they're more than basically the same foods that Don mentioned. The vegetable is important to have a good amount of vegetables and a good amount of fruit. They give us that antioxidant, and they give us, nutrition and balance out our pH. And the chart that I had, it was showing the high acid foods, and you can pretty much guess what they were: pop and beer. Okay, you can see the chart here. So the high going towards the red, that's the more acidic. And you see pop
Okay.
and beer and what's that? Everybody like Red Bull. People think all you gotta do is get up in the morning, get your Red Bull, and you're good. But no, you don't want to be drinking the Red Bull. You want to naturally boost your energy. Wine, cheese. It's all right to have a glass of wine every now and then, but a whole nothing but wine, cheese, junk food, eating out every day is not good. I don't care if you're just in your 20s and you don't feel no problems with it. Your body, you're building up a high acid body. So let's go more towards the water and the fruits. And I'll just name some of the high pH fruits. We have green lemons and yellow lemons are high in pH. I won't go into the numbers, but just to mention them. Avocado,
Sure.
which is one of my favorites, is very high in pH. So for all you avocado lovers, mango is another one of my favorite fruits. Mangoes are, high pH. So these are the foods that, like, if you've had the coronavirus or you have any other pH issues, these are the foods you want to try to eat more of.
Right.
Mangoes, tangerines, watercress, and oranges. And I meant to share my favorite recipe, but I will post it on our Vive on Health pages. It's called creamy kale salad.
Was it for?
It's a recipe called creamy kale salad, and it
Oh,
Oh,
has a lot
that
of
sounds good. That sounds
it has a
delicious.
lot of avocado in it because you chop up your kale real fine. You put your seasoning in it. I usually put a little curry and sea salt and different things in there. Then you put
Yeah.
your olive oil, and then you put a couple of avocados, and you just smash it into the kale, stir it up good, and you can chop in your favorite cucumbers or whatever else, and it's delicious.
oh yeah, we need that recipe, Marguerite. Please
Okay,
post
Yeah.
and it's raw, a raw salad.
that on
Delicious.
our Vibe on Health
I'll
chick
share it.
Yeah.
our
And my
platform.
last
Right.
point I wanted to make because I see my cousin came in, Tiffany. Tiffany, where are you? I think Tiffany is in Florida. So thank
Hey,
you, Tiffany,
Tiffany.
for
Yeah.
checking us out. And
To
Yeah.
Bible
Antoine,
chat.
what'd you say? Oh yeah, Antoine, he got the question on
Go ahead, Marguerite.
right knee. He's dealing with that right knee and the CBD. You got, of course, I'm a massage therapist. So how many people you think come to me saying my knee, Marguerite? What can I do? My knee or my back, or any of your joints?
Right.
Joint pain is no joke. So definitely, you want to manage your weight. You want to get your good oils, like Don was saying, lubricate the joints naturally with your diet, and that goes back to the diet we're talking about. And the
Yeah.
CBD oil, the reason that it's so good, the CBD oil is actually, cannabis is actually something our bodies need. Our bodies have a cannabinoid system, and we have receptors. So if you find, during the studies, they found even a mother's breast milk has cannabinoids in it. So our bodies need cannabis. And that's
Yeah.
why it balances out people who having seizures, people with a lot of pain. They take the CBD oil, the pain goes away. I'm a personal testament on that because I have pain in my foot, of course, especially when I'm on my feet too much and
Okay.
things like that. So it's good for the joints
Okay.
and stress reliever. It's good for people who have insomnia. You can get a half a CBD gummy, take that at night, and sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
So get you some CBD gummy.
Wonderful. Good
Yeah,
information.
stress, and it helps anxiety and
Yeah.
yeah, so all that type of stuff. Keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
Anxiety is something that builds up when you're stressed. I just wanted to add that when we talk about these micronutrients and we talk about pH balance as ways to de-stress, um, we have to remember that when you're taking in your fruits and vegetables and even supplements, you need a variety. So we often make the mistake of we go to the grocery store, we load up on our favorite foods, what we cook, and we kind of rotate. Our meals. We'll have pizza on Friday, we'll have pasta on Monday, we'll have chicken on Tuesday, and we might throw in a salad here or there, but we got a meatloaf. And so we kind of eat the same thing over and over and over and over. Well, I know we've all heard the expression that variety is the spice of life. When
Yes,
it
it is.
comes to your fruit, vegetables, and foods,
Mm.
variety, variety, variety. So don't always, I'm going to strongly suggest, I can't say don't, but I would strongly suggest that you start adding in different varieties of food. So, like, I never cook artichoke hearts, but every once in a while, I'll go someplace and get some artichoke
Yeah.
hearts because I know
Mm,
that
I love artichoke.
I'll get, at Whole Foods if they have a bar. I might grab something that I don't normally eat because I know that
Right.
the body needs it. It has something in it that I need. So you don't want to say, "Oh, I love broccoli, so I'm just gonna eat broccoli, 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 broccoli." You
Right.
gotta have a variety. So I wanted
Right.
to add that up and switch up your grocery list so that you can
Sister, I mean, Sheila is
begin
kind of
to put
breaking
in
up some, but
foods that your
yeah.
body really. Okay, I don't know why I keep breaking
Sheila,
up, but I
you
wanted
broke
to.
up. Yeah.
So, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can get through this, and if not, one of you ladies can take over. But I wanted
Well,
to
no, go
quickly
ahead.
share. I wanted to quickly share that stress. When we talk about de-stressing, it's important to know what stress is. So, stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension, right?
Yeah.
And it comes from any event that can make you feel frustrated or angry or nervous. We all kind of have that at one time or another, but stress is also your body's reaction for challenges and or demands. And so, in short bursts of stress can be good for you because if you're running from a dog that's chasing you, you need the stress to build up in your body to give you the ability to run. Or if there's been reports of like women who've lifted cars off their young child when they got hit by a car. So that stress or boost of energy that you get when your body knows that your brain tells your body that there's danger and you need to respond. So stress responses can be good. The thing is, when you're already constantly having a stress response in your brain about I didn't pay the bills and is somebody gonna be on time and if I'm in an abusive relationship or if I'm being mistreated or I'm have stress on the job and you continually have this stress, it takes your body out of balance. And so what happens quickly, if you guys can hear me, um, so stress pulls energy to your extremities, so your arms and your legs. So that's how you fight because you get extra energy to fight. Or you could run extra fast like you never ran before because the stress response will take energy to your extremities. And when that happens, though, you're shutting down the energy that's running through the center of your body, through the core of your body. So, if you have an accident and it flashes before you, fight or flight, Dorothea is saying, right, that's
Right.
exactly right, Doc. So if you're about to be in an accident, the thought of the oncoming traffic sends a stress response. So you brace yourself. You kind of it flashes before you, and that's like an extreme example of how your brain function like shuts down because your energy is going outward, and then that continues on down your body. So we know like the core of your body is your digestion and where your immune system lives. So if you're constantly stressed out and creating stress for yourself through your thoughts, right? You're breaking down your immune system essentially, and you're shutting down your ability to really think and function. And so that's why it's really important to stay away from stress. Stress leads to disease, like it can be traced to heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancers. Sometimes people are in very stressful situations and they get stomach irritations and irritable bowel syndrome and all of those things, diverticulitis. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So we really, if you become the CEO of your health, something that you can manage is stress. And so I would say that we know we can. We talk about social distancing because of COVID-19. Well, I like to say social distance from stress. Like that's as a CEO of a business is responsible for the day-to-day operations, and the buck stops here, right? So
Right.
you are the CEO of your health. You don't have to wait on anybody else, right? So you can start distancing yourself from 24/7 of media, that social media, or 24/7 around the clock news. We just don't need that. You're going to still know what's going on if you don't watch the news every single day. Like I'm a person who disconnects from the news sometimes, and then talk about social soothing or self-soothing. Find those things that are good and healthy for you. So we wanted to do a quick breathing exercise if we could, just because when you breathe, when you deep breathe, you're just allowing oxygen in, which we're talking. Dawn mentioned earlier, and Marguerite mentioned also how important it is to get oxygen in your body. You can't, we all know you can't live without the breath of life, without breathing, without oxygen. So here's a tip that you can use. When you're feeling yourself becoming a little stressed, deep breathe, right? Or if you've just encountered an argument or a stressful, somebody's grimacing at you or going off at you in the street, when you're driving or whatever, you can practice deep breathing. It doesn't cost anything, and it's very effective. It calms your sympathetic nervous system. So even if nothing around you changes, physiologically, your body is calming down. When your body is calm and feels safe, it functions, it balances, it does the work that it needs to do, it repairs, your immune system works. So let's do a quick breathing exercise. All right? You guys with me?
Yes.
So we're going to breathe in for four. Thank you. We're going to breathe in with the count of four. We're going to hold our breath for the count of four. And then you're going to exhale for the count of eight. And so I'm going to do it with you. Um, let's just get through it. Okay, so you want to breathe in through your nose, count of four. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And then release through your mouth. Blow it out. And blow it out long and slow for the count of eight. Okay, let's do it again. We're going to breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Breathing in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And I'm talking, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm holding. And then exhale for the count of eight. Blow it out. And you can make that noise. And let's do it one more time. And so we just did it for 3 times in this exercise, but you can do that for 10 times. And you're in this deep, slow, methodic breathing, letting the oxygen come in, releasing carbon dioxide and the toxins that are in your body. And your body is going to naturally just calm itself down so it can heal. And so I always like, just start including that as part of your regimen, whether you whether things change externally or not. That's a good tip for you. And more and more people are praying and turning to God. So, for sure, you want to make sure you're checking in with the Creator, and not being in slack and balanced in that area as well. And and yeah, and remember the social distancing. Disconnect if there's somebody who's really getting on your nerves or giving you a hard time. It's okay to give yourself some space to calm down from that situation. These are all good things to do to become the CEO of your health. Remember, you're in charge. You don't have to wait on somebody else, and you can be responsible for good health practices. And I just encourage you to do that. If you want to talk one on one about any situation that you're going on as health coaches, I'm available for that. Dawn Haley's available for that one on one consultation. And Marguerite, do we have any closing remarks? Well, does anybody have any questions they'd like for us to address before we leave?
Somebody asked about sea moss. I just say that I know sea moss carries a lot of minerals. It's from the sea, iodine, and all the things that our bodies need, our thyroid and our different organs need. So I definitely would recommend sea moss.
Yeah, CMOS has like 100 and what is it, like 98 or 99 of the 102 minerals that are available.
So that's amazing.
Or
That's
And you could add sea moss to smoothies, put it on blemishes or bruises. I've been doing that a little bit. And definitely my family just takes about a teaspoon and a tablespoon because it's so good for you. So, yeah. Does anybody have any questions before we close out today? Drew Israel is saying, yes, variety is great. And we mentioned that. She's craving zucchini and squash for lunch. Yeah, man, it's good to crave that versus like potato chips or something. So let's see, what else do we? Okay, so do you guys have any of my wonderful co-hosts have any closing remarks for tonight? Anything about health, de-stressing, improving your health. You want to recap anything that you said today for those that might not have been here earlier?
Well, I would like to just say thank you again. And, I had a picture, and I don't know if our producer can put it up there, but I wanted to kind of show you what a plate looks like with your portion on your carbs and your protein and your fruits and vegetables. But if you can just picture a plate, your meat, your carbs, and your salad. Your salad should be half that plate,
Okay.
and the rest you share between the carbs and the protein. But sometime in the next episode, I'm going to talk about food combinations. But if you'd like to, but just remember, so I don't lose track of my thought. There it is. Yes. If you can see that picture, you see how the vegetables are half that plate, and you've got 1/4 of your carbs and 1/4 of your protein. That's what a happy plate should look like.
All
Now,
right.
that's the kind of nutrients and that you need, mac and micro, to give your body what it needs to operate
All right.
daily and combat that stress. And then you can really start to see a change in how you are managing and being the CEO of your health.
That's
And
good.
I just like to say, if anybody, I mean, that's one of the things that, when I started eating healthy, I didn't have really somebody that can walk my hand. I just sort of was trial and error. And as Sheila said, variety. What you could really look at doing, and you can Google it, you can find out what are the seasonal fruits and vegetables, because usually when they're in their season is when it's carrying the most amount of macronutrients for that season. So it's good if you can Google, a seasonal chart. It can tell you when to purchase, when is the best time to purchase, so that again you'll maximize your nutrients. I'm not saying eat your meat, but try to eat that meat if you can once a day, and make it towards nighttime, dinner time.
In
And
fact, we'll provide a chart of seasonal. We can post that on our social media.
oh,
The
great,
information is
great.
out there. We'll make sure we follow up and get that out there to you guys. Yeah.
But I just want to end. If you're interested, you know what? There's a tornado. There's a tornado warning outside right now.
Oh,
But if you are interested in dealing, I mean, or for me working with you one on one to get you in that right direction, just look me up, the Dawn Haley Tour, and we can talk about how we can begin to help you move forward. Because
Okay.
food is medicine.
yes.
Before you,
We're hearing, you know what? There is a tornado warning
okay,
outside my door.
we're going to be wrapping very shortly. So if you need to disconnect before the end, Dawn, we understand. But let's before we go to you, Marguerite, I want to say answer a couple of comments. So Tom Anderson said, "Sea moss is so nasty. Yeah, it tastes like the ocean, and like it smells. And is there any way that you can um, get past the taste and still keep the nutrients?" So I mentioned you can drop a scoop, a teaspoon, tablespoon of sea moss in your smoothie, and you won't taste it, but you're still getting the nutrition, the nutrients, the micronutrients from the sea moss with your smoothie. And that's probably the best way to do it. But I always say if people could drink Hennessy and the strong drinks, um, you could take some sea moss. It's just all
Okay.
about what you get used to. Not saying that you do that, but I'm not saying that you're doing that at all. And then Antoine also said that as one of the ways that he's sharing with us, one of the ways that he de-stresses is that he puts his earbuds in and he listens to old school R&B and lifts weights. So yeah, you have to find a healthy um, vehicle that you can do that will de-stress you. And you know what that feels like more. You know what stress feels like, so you know what de-stress feels like. And I'm with you. I listen to R&B music. I D-Nice on Instagram or whatever. You got Spotify. So I know that there's sirens going on, so we'll probably just close out. We'll put a pin in
You
it.
know, and can I say this real quick about it was something a friend said to me, things that are good for you taste bad. But but you gotta look at, as I said earlier in the broadcast, you gotta look at food as a form of nutrition for you. And
Yeah,
then if you can begin to look at, you want to be healthier, you want to be as healthy as you are at whatever age that the Lord allows you to live. you
yeah,
you can you can mentally get past that taste if you don't think that it tastes nasty, but just kind of understand that this is good for me. And I know that's easier said than done, but that's how I had to get through it. Is like there were nights I cried, but at the same time I got better at eating these things because I was thinking about those old things. But once I started to move forward, it was a lot easier. And
yeah.
that's the best advice I can give
It's,
somebody that's not liking the smell or the taste.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's another thing. You could plug your nose because your nose is smelling
Whatever it takes.
your food
Whatever it takes.
taste. But start where you are, because that's the only place that you can start. Be honest with yourself and take the steps forward to, you know, adopt these healthier lifestyle tips. So we hope that, Marguerite, I didn't give you in fairness. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah,
Oh,
wanted to make just two quick points because I know time is rolling on. And
oh,
I just wanted to say, someone asked where to purchase the CBD oil from, and I did post my website on the chat. It's
okay.
myfirst.wakanda.com. It's high quality, and actually, it's a black-owned company, and they have high-quality products. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, you want to learn more about CBD, and feel free to contact me if you're interested in learning about herbal supplements.
Oh,
You can
awesome.
contact all of us at Vibe on Health. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow and subscribe and reach out to us, and we'll be connecting with you again this time. Same channel, same time in July. We'll have more good topics to talk about. And I'm already getting some requests. Somebody wants to talk about hormonal health and weight loss. And so, please, you guys, let us know what you'd like to hear from us on, and be sure to share your comments about things that you'd like to hear in the future. And so, with
Yep.
that, we'll end our broadcast. Don, did you have something to
No,
say?
I was just gonna say someone mentioned hormones. Those macronutrients, those micronutrients,
So we're gonna,
they they,
yep,
they really, balance correctly.
yep,
They
yep.
will help those hormones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
interesting that once you get things in balance with the
Yep.
micronutrients, with the healthy supplements like CBD oil, massage therapy, and all these different natural remedies that are available to us, and the deep breathing, the focused, intentional breathing to get oxygen in. And these things don't cost a lot of money. You have to go grocery shopping anyway, so you might as well buy something that's going to benefit you and
Right.
have some longevity, and then you share that with your friends,
So
loved ones. So
yeah.
we're going to say
So
good.
yeah, but our producer wants us to make sure we love our producer. She's please share. And we hope you enjoyed our second episode. Please share, and we hope you enjoy. Yes. We look forward to seeing you in 30 days.
And we will see you soon. All
And
right.
bring a friend next time in July.
Yep. We'll let you know. We'll let you know when we'll be back. It won't be long, but we'll be in touch.
All right. Thanks again.
All right,
Yes.
guys. Looking forward to hearing.
Everybody be safe. Be safe.
Yeah.
Be
Yes.
safe. Be safe, CEOs.
Be safe. Yes.
Take it easy.
Meeting over with.
Meeting adjourned. All right.
Meeting adjourned. Yes.
Thank you.